gotta let it groove a second. You gotta feel it a second, Mark. You gotta get the vibe.
I'm vibing.
We're back, baby. You know what time it is. It's whatever time of the day that we're going live. We're so fucking consistent. Welcome to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian T. Licata. Big up to my boy. You guys, if you've been following us, you know who he is. My best friend from back in the day, Marc The Rat. He's here. Probably our alien specialist. He's our alien specialist. Before we even get into anything, man, Brian, man, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm good. I want to give a quick shout out to all of our new fans on Twitch. We just launched on Twitch today for the first time, so we're very excited about that.
Twitch. Here you go. Oh, so Mark, it's great. You're here for the first show on Twitch, man. It's good to have you.
Twitch.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm honored, man.
Yeah, man. As you should. Mark, how was your day off Friday? You had off Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday. I'm off. It was all right. It was pretty shitty yesterday. You know, I got caught in the rain, man. It's kind of not great. Not great.
How is it by you, Brian? Is it raining by you? It ain't raining out there in San Fran, right?
No, it doesn't rain out here, bro. They're about to start getting the fires like to the west of here. Yeah. I went up to my buddy's house yesterday. He lives up near Sacramento, which is like pretty much 2 hours north and west of where I live on the ocean. And as soon as you get over the first set of hills, it's just brown. They haven't gotten rain in months.
Nah, dude. It's been raining for like 4 days now.
Really?
Something like that, 3 days.
On and off. Yeah.
Yeah. I've still been washing my car every day.
Do you really? Dude, I haven't washed my car like 6. Wait till it rains for my car to get washed.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm one of those.
Yeah, and you got a white car, so it kind of holds.
Yeah,
I got the monthly shit, so I might as well do it.
Okay.
It's $40 for the month. You know, I just run it through. It's right across the street.
What?
Plus, I got the seagulls out here for the month.
I hear you. I got pigeons. Yeah, but $40 for a fucking month.
No. You got pigeons. We got seagulls out here. They take like human shits, dog.
The
car be covered in it, yo. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's, I go every day pretty much, so it pays itself, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Right. Oh, it's unlimited, $40 a month.
Unlimited. Yeah, well, only once a day.
I'd hop out and take a shower.
Get 2 for 1. That's what you're all about. But yeah, my weekend's been all right. Doing fucking shows, same old shit, different day. Nothing special.
How's the crowds? The crowds,
they're picking up now. Now it's starting to pick up. It's starting to get nice. It's bubbling. Yo, but check this out. What was his name again? What was it? The Lion King. What was his name?
The Tiger King.
Remember the Tiger King?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
My daughter's going to hate this. My daughter's going to hate it. Big up to my daughter, Jasmine. Who was the chick that he went up against? What was her name?
The cat, Carol Baskin.
Yeah. My daughter went to her reserve on her vacation.
Oh, wow. Really?
What?
Yeah. Carol, whatever her name is, Bassett, whatever, Carol Bassett. Yeah. She was upset because she asked her man, like, is it hers? She didn't want to go to it, and he was like, no, it's not hers. And then when they got there, they found out it was hers. Yeah. So I said, did they have any pictures of her up? She said no.
Her husband or something?
Well, they claim she killed her husband. Gotcha. Yeah. Even though didn't they find him alive or some shit? I think they found him alive because he disappeared.
Yeah. So this is an article from the New York Post. I'll put up right now. Hey, all you cool cat and kittens. Carol Baskin claims her husband isn't dead at all. The Tiger King star declared her missing ex-husband, Don Lewis, was found alive in Costa Rica, but the discovery is just now going viral. During a resurfaced November 21 interview with ITV's The Morning Talk, Baskin, 61, alleged her ex, who was declared legally dead in 2002 after disappearing a few years later, was actually alive and well. However, not everyone is buying it. Yeah, so she's just saying.
So she's just saying it. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at this dumbass headline. Found alive. Or Carol Baskin says, "Oh yeah, dead husband was found alive, but no one noticed." Yeah. Oh, dude, let's listen. Let's listen to it. Let's see what she's got to say, dog. Hold on. Let me know if you guys got volume.
Yeah, go ahead. We got it.
Oh, I don't know if this is going to be an actual interview with her.
He was capable. Do you believe that, Carol? Do you believe that? Do you believe that, Carol? Do you think that he's still alive?
I didn't think that he was capable of supporting himself. He took about $1 million down into Costa Rica, and I had agreed to let him do that so he could prove to himself that he couldn't make a living. And when we recovered what we could out of that years later, it was only about $80,000 because the investments he had made were so bad. So I don't know how it is that Homeland Security says he's alive and well in Costa Rica, but I'm glad to hear it.
She's bugging. I don't know how bad investments. Yeah, he invested in hookers and fucking drugs.
Coke.
There's not a good return on that. You don't get a good return on that investment.
No.
You know what I'm saying? How'd he turn it to $80,000? Hookers and drugs. It's very easy. It's very easy to blow $1 million.
I mean,
especially in Costa Rica.
If you're living in like the outskirts and not like the touristy areas in Costa Rica, you could live for a while on a mill.
Yo, and my man told me that the coke out there is mad cheap, but still, I mean, you could spend it. You know, it could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely spend it, dude.
Yeah, of course. It wasn't investments.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man. But
I don't think he ever made it down there, dude.
Nah, he never made it down there. But she said, my daughter said that the animals looked big and healthy and they looked happy. They were playing and jumping around, you know. And I said, she probably
how did the workers look?
She said the workers were really nice. She said she was surprised and she saw a liger. She got a fucking liger on that thing. Yeah.
You got a picture of it?
She said she didn't want to take videos to post because she doesn't like her. But she did say that that they did look healthy.
Yeah.
You know, she said they did look healthy. But I was like, really, Ma? You went to that? And she was like, I didn't know. And then I told her I was going to share it. And she was like, no.
That's funny. I have some stuff I want to show you guys from my walk around my trials around San Francisco this week.
Oh, okay. I
have some photos that I want to bring up.
All right, I'm ready to get into aliens. I'm ready, Mark.
All right, hold on. Let's do this. So this is the first photo. Photo number 1.
That's fucking.
Oh my god!
Poop on the street in San Francisco.
It's pretty healthy looking.
I was about to say it looks pretty well placed too. You know,
is that human or dog?
You know who the straddler was? The straddler was that one right there.
Is it a human?
The other one came
it's not a splat.
Oh, that's disgusting, man. I can't. That's fucking gross. That's human.
It's human. You think it's human?
I think that's human for sure.
And then
for sure, human.
Name the shit.
I saw this on the side. I saw this on the sidewalk.
Oh, interesting. That's pretty interesting.
Is that what I think it is?
That looks like the boy lover signal right there. That looks like the boy lover. What was that in front of?
A house, bro. A creepy looking house.
Creepy looking house with the boy lover.
What is that?
That's the boy lover symbol.
Boy lover?
Boy lover symbols, man.
That's a good thing. I did not know that.
Exactly. That's for the maps.
I know what that is. Yeah.
I know what that is. It's fucked up that I know what it is. You're right.
Yeah. Well, that people know what that is, though.
Yeah, but that's what that is. I mean, did they do it unknowingly? Did they just kind of make a scribble and do it? I don't know.
Here, hold on. I want to.
It looks too much like it.
Yeah, hold on. I want to get.
I want just scribbling on the.
That's what I'm saying. Did some kid just go like this? But I don't know. It looks just like it. to be honest. So I would stay away from that house, Brian.
Yeah. Don't no photographs.
Yeah, man. Look at that. That
Hold
looks.
on, fucking ad.
Yeah, that looks like it, man.
Fuck. All right, close this shit, dude. Close. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. It looks like it because it's not attached to anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like they did that outside thing and then they threw that in the middle. So that kind of looks like the bottom left one.
These are the symbols.
And then what's this, bro? Yeah. Hold on. And then this.
That means little girls.
I know, but
half,
this is what
half a heart. But I mean, I guess I was thinking of that, but that's us stretching it. That's a little bit of a stretch. The middle's not a stretch. The middle is what it is. That's not attached to anything.
Yeah, but like see where this part ends, and this is interior here. Yeah. You see this part is on the inside, and this is over here, not right here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they swirled it in the wrong direction.
Maybe,
right. Exactly. Yeah. It's inverse.
It's swirling. It's inversed. I mean, Well, I don't
maybe
know,
it's because I took the picture and it's a mirror image.
Maybe or the person that did it is dyslexic.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Okay. What else we got? Well, I got a few more. Okay.
All right, let's see what you got. You got more. I'm afraid that somebody said, what does this say? Waldo? Really? Is that a street?
Yeah, it's Waldo, and you found Waldo.
Oh, nice.
Where's Waldo? No. Okay.
No, that's corny, man.
That's cute. That's
cute. Yeah, you should have put that up as a fucking. You probably did put it up as a post, right? Did you post that?
No, I didn't.
Right? That sounded like that's a post. I found Waldo.
I posted it in my story.
Yeah, I figured you did.
And then
he leaves shit on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? He leaves reviews on Reddit. He most definitely posted that.
Do you really?
I found Waldo.
Reddit.
All right, what's this?
So I took this photo when I was in the city. I just thought it was a nice photo. I took it with a 35mm camera, and I just wanted to show you guys. I thought it was an interesting photo. This is it. Yeah,
just some guy random.
Yeah, but he's it's I guess maybe it's not really coming through, but it's the grain from the film, and he's smoking a cigarette and plugging his phone in. Just thought it was kind of interesting. Here's another one. A nice little street scene.
Yeah, that's a little street scene. That's nice, man. That dude rides a bike for a living.
Yeah, I think he has a motor on it. That's why I took the picture, and he was in front of the hot dog stand. That's what caught my eye. And then I got this. And then I got this one, which I thought was good. That's it. All right, UFO time.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't approach you for that one. Richard, what's up, Rich? How you feeling, baby? What up, Gary? Too bad you weren't on vacation with your daughter. That animal cat rescue was like 3 miles from my house. I see that crazy lady riding around on a bicycle every day. Wow.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, nah, she went with her husband, man. She was upset that she found out afterwards, but she did say that they look better than any zoo she ever been to. That they looked like, she said, they weren't just laying there, they were playing, all of them were grouped up.
So as far as cults that she's been to, how was it in the range of cult treatment?
That might, other than Disney, that might just be the only first cult she's been to.
What about the how much was it? Do you know? Did you ask that?
Nah, I didn't even ask. That's a good question.
Yeah, because I'd be curious as to how much they charged.
I don't think it's that much.
I mean,
it's like people go through there. Yeah, you could probably look it up. I guess to recap too, they found pieces of the submarine.
Did they?
Yeah, and they said it imploded. That it imploded.
Yeah,
something went wrong course. I mean, look at that thing, man. It was a death trap. And people are saying that like they're getting made fun of because they're rich, so they're making fun of them. I think I'd still be making fun of them if they were poor. I just feel like it could have been
I read an article that some kid went down, like a 13-year-old kid went down, and he passed out on the way down because the oxygen wasn't working properly.
Oh, interesting.
So they brought him back up?
No, they kept going. They just,
Oh. Wow. But this wasn't the first time they were using this thing, was it?
No,
it's been used before.
Oh, so that's probably what happened. The pressure, constantly changing it. It eventually just imploded.
And the pressure gets to you after a while.
You know, I said it the first time. I'll say it the second time. It's just a little hard to have empathy because it could have been avoided. I personally wouldn't have got into that thing.
Yeah.
It was too little. Call me when you have seats and a real fucking operating controlling mechanism that's attached to like a board that looks something like an airplane. You know what I'm saying? There should be like switches that you're hitting before we go under. At least a seat. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that they invited that dude Mr. Beast, and he turned it down. He was supposed to be on either on this one or the next trip down. But
well, you know he ain't going on the next one.
So this says what a submarine implosion looks like. The instant collapse of the pressure, the hull would immediately heat the air in the sub to around the surface of the sun's temperature.
Wow.
As a wall of metal and seawater smashed one end of the boat to the other, all in around 30 milliseconds. So I mean, honestly,
how small did it get? You know what I mean?
Dude, it was small in there. Yeah, somehow I don't think that's what it looked like, but we get the picture. That was like, it's fucked up to laugh, but that was like just a horrible rendition. It was like the big pieces of time. But it's just hard. Like people like they were explorers. Where were they exploring, man? Like, you know, and people go, oh, well, you go to places that have already been. Yeah, I go to places that have been tested. I go to places, and I really don't go to places, to be honest. You know, I don't travel that much if I can't drive there. But I'll go to places that have been tested. Mm-hmm. You know, they've been around for a while. They've been doing it. They have millions and millions of flights going to this place, and 99% of them make it. Okay, then I'll go. Them dudes knew it. Anything that I got a sign that says, you know, if I die, you know,
right,
it's not our fault.
You got to sign a waiver. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's not our fault if you die. You know what you're going into. I want it to be a little bit your fault. This way you're a little more alert when you're putting me down there. You understand what I'm saying? If it's a little bit your fault, then you're going to be a little more like, you know, making sure nothing goes wrong.
Right. You might be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, of course. If nothing's your fault, you're throwing them down there like you're going on a Coney Island ride.
Right. Exactly.
They just check your thing real quick. Exactly. And they even like tighten that hatch. They tighten that shit with like regular hand ratchets. They didn't even like have a you know what I'm saying? So like even if they would have made it to the top, it still would have took them mad long to get them out of there.
Yeah. So here I have some footage that this YouTuber put up who was gonna go on it, but they ended up canceling the trip he was on. So this is the sub, and I believe the guy in the white hair is the dude.
All right.
One of the guys who died.
All right.
Nah, man.
Yep.
Why are they wearing helmets?
Why they wearing helmets?
Yeah.
That was it, dude. That's what they were wearing.
Look at that thing, man. I wouldn't get in there even if it was 99%. You know, you're gonna make.
You would have to be like a Star Wars ship for me to get into it. You know, with like seats. You know, and you can like, you know, take a shower or something down there. It has to be like a real sub.
I'd be claustrophobic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so closed in, and it takes like 3 hours just to get down there.
Whoa!
So that's a guaranteed 6 hours you're gonna be in there. Guaranteed.
So it's underwater sub or rocket ship? What would you if you had to choose either or?
Mark is taking the rocket ship.
I am. You won't, because you're not going anywhere. Because there is no.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So Gary. Okay, so
I'm not worried about it, man.
Set the stage for everybody. Gary believes in potentially believes in what, the firmament, maybe a round Earth skeptic, should I say?
I'm a round Earth skeptic, yes.
And Mark,
is a full round earther.
And Mark
praise his holy name, Mark.
Mark,
I apologize.
Praise his holy name.
Mark, on the other hand, believes in the UFOs,
the occult of NASA.
Absolutely.
I, on the other hand, believe maybe the two can be combined into the same.
So I'm a little. I agree with that, Brian. I think Brian's gonna get. Yeah, I agree with that. I've asked G some questions.
Yes. I mean, I saw this thing the other day that said the aliens are demons.
I did. So I forwarded you a link to some dude. So I watched a couple of Christian videos. This Christian dude, and he's speaking about thoughts on extraterrestrials and whatnot. So this guy said, yeah, there's room in the Bible for extraterrestrials. All right, cool. But the likelihood of intelligent life forming without divine intervention, he said, is very unlikely. And I don't agree with that.
I do.
You agree with that? You do.
That it's very unlikely without divine intervention for life, some sort of life that's intelligent.
For intelligent life. Yes, I don't agree with that because the amount of. I mean, do you even believe in like space?
That there's an outer space.
Well, do you believe in other galaxies or other solar systems?
I have no belief, whether for or against. I've never gone that far. I'm a little leery of whatever your cult of NASA tells us. So, I have no reason to believe that it doesn't exist. I have no reason to believe that there are other solar systems.
NASA doesn't believe, and they have not stated about anything about extraterrestrial life. So you saying cult NASA, you're just being silly.
Yeah, I'm just being a dick when I say it.
So here, no, I know.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
So, what's the difference between a cult and a religion? Or when does a cult become a religion, or when does a religion become a cult?
When the leader claims to be God himself and he starts fucking your wife.
See, I'm gonna have to beat you up or see you on Monday now.
I'm just saying that's normally what happens. If you look, I watched.
So here's a question. Here.
I want to give you the answer.
No, because I've heard that somebody's. I just came up with this the other day because I heard it somewhere, and they said a cult becomes a religion when there's a
religion becomes a cult. You mean?
No, a cult, because cults are generally small. But when a cult becomes a religion is when there's a lot of people in the cult. Then you could call it a religion. Just like the Jews, I'm sure, called Christianity a cult when it was small. You know what I mean? They probably did. I mean, they didn't have that word, but they might have said something similar.
Yeah. They probably, it's a fringe. It's a new kind of thing.
Right.
Now, Gary, have you ever heard people's theory that the the origin of the Christian religion came from like mushroom rituals, and that the apple was actual the red mushrooms? Have you heard that's where
I've heard bits and pieces of things like that. Sure.
Well, some people say when they talk about your how you don't have to stick to a certain sort of relationship, and you can sort of seek and to not seek false idols and seek yourself. They're talking about the experience that you have when you eat the mushrooms, and they were being persecuted by the Romans for that. And then they said that was like their connection to the gods. And then the Romans, like the Roman Catholic Church, didn't want them to do this.
I don't defend the Roman Catholic Church at all.
No, but I'm saying in the ancient past, like I'm talking about 2,000 years ago, and then these stories of the Bible were their way of passing down the knowledge that they have and have received from God.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. But we can get back on aliens, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
not going to say that aliens don't exist. I'm not going to say that. I mean, we can call them aliens. But who's to
Right.
say they're not
So
demons? When you speak of Revelation, right, in the book of Revelation, they talk about demons coming from below the sea. They talk about demons coming from the sky. So who's to say that the
so
demons they speak about ain't what we're calling
you do
aliens?
know on both my arms I have my tattoos are from the book of Revelations. One's the Alpha Omega, and the other one, I don't know, it's the second part when the
So
dragon
one is a
separated.
graven image. And then the other one is the chick giving birth, right? Which one is that?
Yeah. I know the dragon eats the whatever, you know.
Yeah, but either way, I'm saying they speak about things that definitely aren't human in the Bible. So that could easily be,
So
aliens,
there's a
what we
lot
call
of
aliens. Because if
we've
they call them
spoken-
demons, everyone would bug out.
Now, yeah, I mean, aliens.
we've spoken and okay.
No, Mark.
No,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Mark, you talk.
Mark,
So we've spoken,
yeah.
and they've spoken about shields in the sky. I think Ezekiel speaks about seeing a scroll in the sky. Scrolls aren't in the sky. Shields aren't in the sky. Chariots aren't in the sky. So there's definitely, I think, that what's that show? Ancient Aliens that they've seen something. I think they've been around. I think a lot of religions, or maybe the religion you're speaking of, quite possibly could have definite ties to seeing things not of this earth in the sky.
Yeah, but just to make it clear, I'm not speaking of religion. I'm not a defender of religion either, man.
No.
I'm really
no.
Organized religion, I'm not too key on it. But there's a lot of truth in all of them. There's a lot of truth in all of them. Because to have a good lie, you need a lot of truth.
In what? In religion.
In order to have any good lie, any real great lie, the more truth you're able to put in it, the better the lie. And easier to remember. So I believe all religions have a lot of truth in them.
But then there are lies.
But yeah, half truth is still a lie. So I believe that all religions leave out a little bit.
And you're all about the personal relationship anyway, right? I mean, that's really what you're about, and I jive with that. That's what I like.
Yeah, I believe that's what God wants: a relationship, not religion.
So, Mark, what do you think about this David Grush guy? Because I want to get into the UFO thing. Yeah, we should.
The problem I got with this guy, he's just telling you what other people told him. He hasn't seen anything. You know what I mean? But he has high clearance. They were his friends, and so the only thing I can say, let's see what comes out of it. I think though, what me and you watched at my house that day, G, with that Marine or whatever that guy was, that freaking airborne guy, and you didn't watch the other one. There was another one where a guy spoke about, but that guy was like really kind of believable. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about Commander Fravor, David Fravor? He was the retired US
so
Navy
there was
pilot.
this show. This guy.
The Tic Tac.
No, it was at the press club. This guy's name is Stephen Greer. He's a little.
Oh yeah, Stephen Greer. I've seen him. You guys watch this movie?
He brought up. I'm actually. I rented it last night. He actually brought some people out, that have experience, but he brought this one military guy out. His father was a contractor, blah, blah, blah. He got taken to this place because his father was going to build a live firing range. They told him, hey, come with us. Don't look up. Look at the guy's heels in front of you. He said he saw what he called a monolith, maybe he called it monolith, like in 2001 Space Odyssey. He saw like 100-ton monolith floating above the floor.
Wait. So during the filming, is that what you're saying?
No, this is his father.
Yeah. They brought him there. Okay, he was a contractor.
No. Yeah.
He was going to build a firing range at this place. They brought him and his father there. He saw this thing floating above the floor. They had like a sketch of it, and after that, they were supposed to sign an NDA. They didn't sign the NDA. They we never had to do this before. And wind up is, his guys went to go work at the military base the next day. They called them up. They said, hey, they're not letting us in. They took all our equipment. They shut down the father's business. The father wound up losing his business.
They destroyed him.
6 months down the line, the guy's jumping out of a plane or sliding down a rope in a helicopter. He notices next to him, supposedly, allegedly, notices next to him, that's the guy, one of the guys that brought him down to look at this monolith. And he was like, hey, cool, gave him the thumbs up. He knew the guy. The guy, like, smacked him in the head with something, and the guy fell, broke his back. He was in a coma for, like, 6 months. They tried to kill him.
They tried to kill him.
It was... Look, go ahead.
With a lot of these guys, we spoke about this, what do they got to gain from it? Because even though they get seen on shit, they're not getting nothing really good.
People are kooky though, but it's like kind of the same thing with like there's just a flood of information. A lot of it, I mean, what could be seeded by the government to insert false actors to kind of add into the kerfluffle.
But what are they falsifying? What are they trying? That they really have these things? They really have this stuff?
Well, I mean, listen. In my opinion, there's one guy, Bob Lazar. Have you guys ever heard of him?
I know the name Bob Lazar.
Mark,
dude, so I've been into this since I'm like fucking 78, 70. You know what I mean?
Since Close Encounters came out.
Actually, in search of Leonard Nimoy.
But what Lazar said, what the government does is they compartmentalize things so well, is that you could be working on something that you could be like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Maybe it's like a UFO part, but you're only working on the small piece of the engine. So you don't even know what the other people are doing, right? Where in probably countries like China, where they have a little bit of, they can, I don't know, maybe disappear people a little bit differently over there.
I don't think we have a problem making people disappear here, though.
I know, but I'm just like,
where's Ye?
I mean, and
where's Ye?
And it's also
Ye
like
was talking shit. I mean,
the people who are probably in these organizations aren't exactly people who get like elected. They're people who are there forever. How do we get in? I want to get in. I want to get in. Men in Black, dog.
The Senate just came back. So this guy, Gross guy, he testified in front of the Senate or whatever, Congress, to this Arrow, this organization that's supposed to be finding out about this stuff. Arrow itself did not have high enough clearance to even check on this stuff. So they just came out this week with like a bill that says, hey, you got 60 days to show us and tell us if you're holding any other world, any non-man-made materials or crafts or something like that, something to that extent, which now gives Arrow the right to clearance to go and check these things. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're not gonna find anything.
It's so crazy, people, because if we lived in a sane world, this would be huge. Like, this should be spoken everywhere. It should be on every news thing. But because just to make it clear, what they're saying is they're saying that aliens actually do exist. That's what they're saying. And they're saying, and not for nothing, like I said, when you said this wackadoos, we're not talking about your average person saying he got abducted at a gas station. You're talking about people that had really great jobs, that were really high in high levels, and coming out with this has done nothing but wreck their lives. Nothing good has come out of them coming forward with this shit.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
It makes you say, okay, well, and this is coming from a dude, Mark will tell you that I never really believed in aliens, but now I'm at a point where I'm just like, yeah, it's possible that because now who's not at a point where everything's possible? If we turned on our TV right after this and saw zombies, we'd be like, oh, the zombies came first. We wouldn't be bugging out like, oh my God, have you seen what? We just be like, oh, we laugh. Oh shit, we do a podcast. The zombies are here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everything's a little more believable. But when it comes to the alien shit, you know, why would these people come out and say this shit? What do they get out of it? They're not wackadoos. These aren't just wackadoos.
So a lot of people say about Bob Lazar that, yeah, he was selling T-shirts, he's selling sketches. So he's definitely made money over the years. But like, like the guy. Yep.
What else is he gonna do?
It costs money to travel.
Well, he's
going around.
He has a business.
Yeah, but if he's going around talking about this shit, trying to bring people, then of course he has to sell things to make money to be able to travel and stay places and shit like that. I mean, that's what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I sell shirts. Does it make my comedy any less sincere?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You know
well, people have said that, oh, he money off of this, or maybe he's just a grifter. Because supposedly this guy, he ran a whorehouse in Vegas.
Bob Lazar did?
Yes, he did. He ran a whorehouse in Vegas. Supposedly he was there setting up the security cameras. But something with his wife, there's some sketchy stuff about him.
Oh, but didn't he say that the government planted that stuff on him to break up his relationship with his wife?
Correct. Yeah.
Shit, the government's even out there breaking people up, yo. Well, I mean, they do that every time they arrest a married man and send him to jail for a long time. They kind of break that relationship up quick, but you know, like getting involved like that's some drama. That's like some serious drama. They should like just film the White House.
What kind of person do you think they had to run that case? What do you think the agent was? I want a gender and an ethnicity, Gary.
On what case?
The one who ruffled the in between those two people and broke that relationship up.
Oh, who did that? I would say it was definitely a chick. It was definitely a chick. Yeah, definitely a chick. Chicks know how to break shit up, dude. I'm telling you, man, you can't. They know, man. They're manipulative and precise, and you know, great detectives. I'm surprised there's not more female detectives.
Mr. Mark, do you have a UFO video that you think is like the most credible video evidence, or no?
There's the Phoenix Lights. This is a pretty good one.
You just sent me one today. Is that the one you sent me?
No, I sent you the Christian guy.
Oh,
that was yesterday.
Check that out.
I sent you the
Listen, I'm not saying there can't be aliens. You know.
So like I said, I think religion. I think there's some people that say that it's out there that this religion started because of extraterrestrials. That's out there.
Yeah, people also say men can be women and women can be men. Listen,
I have
everything people say.
I've said to you that I think that we could have been seeded by aliens. You know what I mean? We could have been like monkeys that our brains still weren't functioning. Maybe they came in and maybe they tweaked our DNA to make us have consciousness. And I brought no.
Nah, this is the look I give you when you say, because that's when you start to get a little wacky.
It's but not listen, why? How dare you call me wacky? How dare you?
Listen, you didn't finish. I said it's a little wackadooey, right? But
the person saying it must be wackadooey.
But that's the same way I sound when I speak to you.
Yes.
So
no, I know.
I sound wackadooey. I sound wackadooey when I speak about the things of God. So of course you're gonna sound wackadooey when you speak about the things of aliens sometimes,
So,
because some of it I will meet you on.
No, you do.
So where are you at, Jay? Where are you at with the aliens? Where's your meeting point at with Mark right now?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Very simple. If there are aliens, which it looks like there are.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. I like that.
Oh,
I like that.
If there are aliens, like it looks like there might be aliens, right? God created them.
Yeah, somebody did. You're right. You are absolutely
right. So okay. So let's go down. Let's go down this a little bit. Now let me pass this over to Mark. So let's try to
everything in between, baby.
Mr. Mark. So now, if you believe in aliens, I'm kind of on that too, but I'm not really sure what I believe about the shape of the Earth or about how outer space is structured or what the universe is, because we have pictures from like the Hubble and like all this other stuff, but it's just like, dude, what
it just keeps going.
It's impossible to comprehend on the brain
because it's not for you to know. Stay in your lane, Bobby Jane. Listen, it's not for you to know. Okay? You want to know the things of God. You want to know the things of God, both of you, and yet you still haven't even figured out the things of man. You're getting ahead of yourself.
So wait a minute. So taking a trip to Brooklyn versus taking a trip out. So you saying that if we absolutely have let's say we all of a sudden have the ability to go to another galaxy, solar system, you don't think we should do that?
I'm not saying that we shouldn't. Well, no.
So
we shouldn't. You can if you want to do that. I'm not even getting in the.
No, you don't have to. I'm talking when I say we. I talk when I say we. I talk about mankind, not me.
The royal we.
The royal we. Okay, so what are you saying? That we shouldn't try to? I think we should figure out the things of man before you try to figure out the things of God.
I think you should change your tone.
That's always a problem.
I think you
should change your tone, dog.
Me?
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Nothing. I'm just messing around. I'm having fun.
I don't know.
I'm happy
right now, or he's just staring at me.
No. Brian is saying what I'm thinking. That's what it is. Yo, slow down with that shit, son.
I'm sorry.
No, I love you. I'm happy. I'm happy that Mark's on the show. This is.
I listen. I stand corrected.
Belief.
Right?
I get it.
All I'm saying is that if there's aliens, right? God created them, and here's the thing. Those aliens could very well be demons. They can very well be demons, and we're just calling them aliens.
Could they be angels? Could they be the angels? Gee, could they be the angels?
Do they have wait? Do they have
could they be angels?
Feathered wings? Are there feathered wings on these things?
No, but I mean,
speak about feathered wings too much in the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, listen, with the Bible too, you also
I guess they could.
I mean, gee, what do you?
I guess they could. The proof would be in the pudding. In other words, if they're doing good, then they would probably be angels, and if they're destroying and fucking things in the ass, then they're probably demons. Because demons, I heard, are very anal. I heard demons do a lot of anal things.
Well, so do people, but it doesn't make people. It doesn't mean, you know what I mean? That doesn't make Buttman a fucking demon. You know what I mean? He just likes putting his dick.
Gee, what do you think about the translations of the Bible into what you have read and that I've spoken to you? What do you think about?
What do I think about the
like? Because I mean, you know, the Bible that you read is in American English, right? And it's what the
translations.
So
there's translations, and there's some words that can't be translated or aren't translated properly. But I mean, if you really study it, because most of the time when you study it, you do go back to the meanings of the words. And
but like, so
it always takes you back to the original text, so you're able to cross-reference. But do I think that God is able to protect the word and keep it intact? Yeah, I do, considering that he is the word. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. So do I believe that God can protect his word? Yes. Do I believe that man could try to manipulate it? Sure. You know, but the Holy Spirit is what really, because like I told Mark before, and like I told you, it's not like I have a blind faith. I've shared with both of you, and I've shared
No,
on
yeah,
the
for
podcast
sure.
that scripture was being
yeah.
spoken into. Scripture was being spoken into my head before I ever picked up the Bible to read it. Once I
no
started
doubt.
reading it, then I understood what was being put in my head. So it was the opposite way for me. I thought I was going crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I finally picked it up, I was like, oh shit, that's that shit that was going off in my head last week, all week long. That's what was being said in my head. So, you know, I take him at his word. You know what I'm saying? And if there's aliens, then there's aliens. I mean, if it's meant for me to care,
So
I'm sure at some point I will. I'm not saying
wanna
that
call-
they don't exist. Apparently they do.
Right. So if you like, yes, you speak about God. God, somebody created something, right? All of this stuff, whether it's multiple dimensions or somebody did. That part, I don't know. Like you said, that part's beyond me. I don't know who. So we could have other civilizations that are, 100,000 years, a million years, 100 million years older than us. I mean, there's timelines in the Bible that I don't understand.
I mean, people think that the pyramids were built way before, like.
No, I'm one of
time ago.
those. I'm one of those.
Same.
So here, Brian, real quick, that guy that we saw, that Stephen Greer press conference, showed this 100,000, whatever, this 100-ton stone. And right away, I thought of the pyramids because he said, hey, it was floating above ground. There was nothing putting it there. So how did they move these big blocks on? They say the amount of time to put all those blocks in the pyramid. They said the pyramid was built in like 20 years or something like that. But the amount that's like 2 blocks a minute, something like that, some absurd number. So how do they move all these things from 500 miles away? Don't know.
My child, you are filled with many questions.
This. I have questions.
I know. And here's the thing, man.
Giza Pyramid Complex.
Am I not allowed to question?
No. Hold on. I was
dating to roughly 1900 BC.
You'll see the top of the obelisk reaching into the sky. They think of it as a sort of an axis mundi. It's a way of connecting Earth with the heavens. Egypt was given, according to ancient texts, the powers of heaven.
Mainstream scholars interpret this connection to the heavens as purely symbolic. But ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the obelisks were recreating the technology of another world, and that these giant stone pillars were part of a vast wireless energy grid, one that also incorporated the power of the pyramid.
Mud floods. Tartaria.
I heard that. So
I'm listening.
In
Mark.
the pyramid, there are no hieroglyphs. They said it's a tomb. There is no writing in the pyramids saying what king.
And no mummies. And no mummies. Yeah, they never found any mummies.
I mean, they could have been. Yeah, that could have been. A lot of these tombs are scavenged and they are robbed, but there was nothing in there besides these sarcophagus.
We got to go, G. We have to go, bro.
I'd love to go.
We have to go to Egypt, dude. That would be Egypt, dude. So sick. I want to see all the pyramids, man. And the crazy thing is they have pyramids all over the world, and they're mad old, bro. And no one knows really how old they are, and that's bonkers. Like in the middle of the Amazon, dude, just covered in trees. And
what if they know? What if they know and they just keep telling everybody? We're going to tell everybody. Hold on, hear me out. What if they know? And they just said, we're going to tell everybody. We have no idea how this simple thing was made.
I don't think so. I think they came up with some simple ideas early on, like in the 1800s, where they had no technology to figure these things out. They came up with these theories,
but yet they built them.
With them. Who?
Somebody.
Yes, but they said the pyramids, I think, are 4,000 or 5,000 years old. But like Randall Carlson, or who's the guy? I can't think of his name, man.
Graham Hancock.
Yeah,
Graham Hancock. Yeah, Graham Hancock. Yep.
He thinks the pyramids were built over 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, so his
on the Sphinx. On the Sphinx, there, the Sphinx has running, almost looks like there are rounded edges on it because they think that it looks like rain fell on the Sphinx at one time over thousands of years. But they're saying the Sphinx is only 5,000 years old or whatever, 3,000 years old. But it's in order for that to happen, there wasn't raining in that desert for the last 10,000 years.
Yeah, Gary doesn't believe in geology. I've told him this stuff before.
I know he doesn't believe in a lot of science, man, which is pretty freaking wild.
Yo, first of all, what kind of science do I believe? I'm around Earth.
The fucking Earth is round.
Did you run around it?
I went to Chile. All right, so I went to the other side of the equator. Almost.
You don't know where you went. You slept through that flight.
I was about.
You slept through that
4-hour
flight. In the front
from
passenger seat, knowing
no
where
on the
you landed wherever they took you.
On the way back, I did take an Ambien. I did sleep on the way back. I think I dumped my food on this poor guy that's sitting next to me. But on the way down, I looked out the window. You know what I mean? That's okay, man. You know, I mean, you can have blind faith and stuff like that. That's cool. That's cool.
First of all, I didn't say.
So here's a question though: did you believe the Earth was flat pre-internet?
No.
Okay.
Of course not. I believe what I was told.
The internet.
I believed. Hold on a second.
Yes.
I believed what I was told in first grade. That the world was round. That's what I believe. Okay. The same way children are now believing in the first grade that men could become women and women could become men. That's what made me start to go, And then I just started seeing
that's not
things.
Science.
Listen,
that's not science.
Once again, no, common sense goes a long way though. You a dumbass skeptic.
I said that's not science.
Yeah, I know I'm a dumbass skeptic, man. Let me just fight for my right to be a dumbass skeptic. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Faith.
Listen to what I'm telling you. And I'm just saying that I believe that. Then I started hearing about these people, and I thought just like you, the world is flat. Right. That's the shit they believed before Columbus sailed or whoever it was sailed across the shit. You know, that's what I believe, right? So I said, they're dumb. But then they just brought up questions that made me go, that's a good question. That's all.
Gotcha.
And there's been enough questions to make me go, I could go either way on this. There's enough questions. I will say this, and this is where I stand on it. I don't know science and all that shit. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't really get deep into like caring because I'm still gonna have to do what I got to do tomorrow, even if we found out it was flat.
No, I got you.
But I never saw a reason behind it. Although now I do see a reason behind why they would lie to us, because from my understanding, the Bible describes more of a flat Earth type of thing than it does a round Earth. And just like with the rainbow. They took the rainbow away, trying to take the rainbow from God. They're trying to take away the creation. That would be the reason. That's all I'm saying. But
I just saw about that with the rainbow thing you're talking about. Just yesterday or today.
I said that a long time ago.
They took God's rainbow or something. Yeah.
The rainbow was created as a symbol between God and man.
Okay, I just found something really interesting from the Library of Congress. And it says new correct map of the flat surface stationary Earth. It's in English and in Arabic. So I'm going to download this and then we're going to read it, okay?
Look, all I'm saying is when it comes to that shit, I'll say this. I can go either way. Doesn't really matter to me. But a flat Earth has a lot less explanations. You understand what I'm
So
saying?
here,
Like in
real
other
quick,
words,
Brian.
why
real
does
quick
this drop?
before we go?
Because shit is flat and shit falls because of,
Oh,
pull of gravity, whatever.
my
You know,
God.
like you don't, the weight of things make things fall.
So when you take
away.
when you take a bucket of water and spin it really quick, and the water doesn't fall out of the bucket, what is that?
Centrifugal force. I don't know what is that.
Right, which is almost the same as gravity.
Oh, listen.
Gravity is.
Listen, man, I'm not going against gravity. I'm not trying to go up my man Newton or anything, right? All I'm trying to say is there's a lot less explanation. That's all.
Right.
For around Earth, you need more science. There's a lot more.
How about if so? You
for around. Hold
believe,
on. For around Earth, right? You need more science to explain certain things. Like you need science to explain how you don't feel like you're spinning. You need science to explain how you're getting pulled down by gravity, but your head don't go through your ass. You need science to explain how some people at some points would be upside down at some point, but like because the spinning, we're stuck. Okay, listen. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if I found out it wasn't, I'd be like, okay, because the truth is a flat earth just makes more sense. You're down because it's flat, and that's why you're down.
So when you
take
look
off,
through
go
a
in the air, and they
telescope,
land down.
So when you look through a telescope and you see Saturn, or do you not think they're round, or they're pictures on like
no? Supposedly,
yes.
There is a dome. Like
no, I get
top
that.
surface and shit like that, and it's not completely flat. You know what I'm saying?
Supposedly. Right? No, I get that.
So
it's like a snow
I'm saying I could go either way. Yo,
we gotta get
we're like a GPS daily.
We're like
please says
a snow globe.
Sort of like a snow globe, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, please says, yo, you're using GPS daily to drive. That technology requires an orbit. Every time you say glass ceiling, I laugh.
Right.
It has to do with women in the workplace breaking the difference in pay as men. First of all, I never said glass ceiling. Hold up, bro. I just had to say it. No, listen, I want people who don't agree with me. I am best friends with this dude. He doesn't agree with any of my thoughts. It's totally fine. What was the second thing he said, man? I didn't get to read it. I read half it. You can believe it, but I'm going to call you a dumbass. Listen, that's fine. And once again, if you are all listening to me, I'm not saying I believe it. That's why I'm not a flat earther. Right. I'm a round earth skeptic.
It's a theory that you can say.
What's up? Where you been? I'm just saying I can see the points they're making, and they have questions that make me go, "Yeah, what's up with that?" I'm sure a scientist could explain it.
When
I don't know what to call ask, and I don't feel like Googling. All I'm saying.
So when I said you look through a telescope and you see Saturn, is Saturn floating out there, spinning around the sun like we are, or it's a picture? Or maybe.
I've never looked through one, dog, so I can't tell you for certain.
Oh, so really? Okay, I have. Yeah.
We should go. We should go to an observatory.
I've seen the rings. Interesting. Definitely interesting.
Self-promotion. The Earth is flat but round at the same time, is what you're saying. I'm saying is a half a circle not flat and round.
So you know what, Brian?
I don't know. I'm also saying I don't really care. It's a great conversation to play both ends of the fence.
We are in a snow globe in some alien gift shop in another universe. That's what.
Yeah, man. You seen that movie where
they shake us up every now and then?
You seen that movie?
Well, just like in Men in Black. Men in Black, the little thing that the cat had around its neck was a whole universe.
Yeah. Osiris or some shit. What was it called? I know somebody knows what it was called. Look, I'm saying I could go either way. And as far as aliens, all right, Mark, here's the question.
Okay.
Get back to the aliens. Here's the question, all right? Let me give you a hypothetical, okay?
Yes. Okay.
All right. You're placed in front of two doors. One door says everything to know about aliens. The other door says everything to know about God. What door do you walk through?
I might go through the God door. I probably go through the God door.
Gato Gordo says, Mark, nothing has changed. Debating on a lazy Sunday on things we know are true. It's
My
fire hot.
man.
It could be too.
Yeah,
it
brother.
could be cold. No, well, fire. Yeah, I believe that multiverse. Listen, dog. First of all,
There
some
are
people say, yeah,
definitely
that's it. Snow. We get
multiverses. Yeah.
up. Listen, once again, in the eye of the needle, hypotheticals are more fun than facts. Of course. First of all, of course. That's why they exist. But
shout out to the comment section firing off today.
yeah, shout
Happy
out to the
Sunday,
comments.
everybody.
Even coming at me, man. Even coming at the G-Man, man. But listen.
Well,
you would be a wise
Brian,
man.
This is our Monday afternoon or Monday evening chat.
This is our tomorrow chat. This is our tomorrow chat.
Yes. I'm sure we'll reflect on this tomorrow. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
No, but the wise man will go through the door that says everything to know about God. Because if
that's
you want to know everything about God, then you would know everything about the universe and the aliens and everything else.
Exactly. I want to know.
So then it would make
the aliens.
So then it would make sense then to seek out to know the truth or whether or not God exists than to spend my time worrying about if aliens exist.
Yeah, but
God mode, easy choice, worship mobile.
Right.
The worship
So
mobile, baby. I'm about to take, I think his name is Greg Metzger. You ever heard of him?
I heard
Greg Metzger?
Yeah.
Metzger? Yeah. You heard of him?
No.
Is that his name? Hold on. His name is
he's an MMA guy. Or is he
no, man.
here?
He's a comedian. Hold on. What's his name? Kurt Metzger. K-U-R-T.
Yeah, I know Kurt Metzger. Yeah, what about him?
Yeah. I'm gonna be driving him home from Atlantic City to Manhattan in July because he's doing a show out here, and they got me driving him back. I'm gonna have him in the worship mobile.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if he's like a lot of comedians, it's gonna be torture for him.
You should ask him to do the show.
If I was in the worship mobile,
I should see if I can get him.
Yeah.
You was in the worship mobile, right, Mark?
No,
you haven't been in it. Nah.
I did take a ride with you, but you did not torture me.
No. It's good music, man.
I've been in the worship mobile. I've been in the worship mobile.
Not my thing. So you see what I listen to. So,
yeah, he's into that. He's into that. And it's just some dude standing right in the middle.
So my man kept, okay, all right. It might sound like that to you. You're right.
Sounds like that to everybody, and that's some devil music, by the way.
So no.
It's devil music. That metal music. The metal music is devil music, man. It's devil music. They all have. Yeah, they all have like the horns.
I'm down the rabbit hole on System of a Down right now. I play it till I get too tired of it. But that's not devil music.
I like System of a Down.
Right. I like them. Now I do. I didn't like them before, but I like them now.
I don't like all their songs, but say a prayer before you
for
drive.
Everybody else on the road.
For everybody else on the road, yes.
Yes.
I should let people know when I'm on the road.
Yeah,
that would be a smart thing to do. No, I don't.
Scared. Have you ever been in a car with him, Brian?
Driver.
Yeah. Okay. See, Brian ain't saying shit because he knows.
What? What have I done, Brian? You haven't even been nowhere far with me. What are you talking about? You went from a casino to my house.
No, I've driven far with you. Haven't we? We've driven to New York together, haven't we?
That was enough.
Did you?
I think we did, didn't we?
I don't remember that.
No, we didn't actually.
That's the problem.
We were with Merc and he drove. I went to New York.
No, the last couple of times I drove home, I got to be honest. You ever like drive a distance and then you get there and you have no clue how you got there?
I was talking to you about this last podcast, dog.
That's what happens.
You gotta chill,
Did
son.
you get abducted during that time and you don't know it?
How's your sphincter, Gary?
No, Mo. Well, you know I got a fucked up sphincter already, dog. I'm just happy it stays closed when it's supposed to. You know, I got to go see the doctor and get the hemorrhoid gone. It's been there for like 2 years. I gave it a name.
I told you I'll help you out, brother. I put a rubber band on it. Like let it fucking die off. You know what I Trying to help you out,
Dude.
bro.
Come on now. Mark listens to the ENT music. Imagine what using with Lior, Bathory, and straight Scandinavian style black metal, not System of a Down. But play
True.
some Rodin.
Oof. Yeah,
Some
you
might
lost
say
things.
specific tour bus incident.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I know the tour bus incident. We've talked about that.
Yo, listen, I noticed that the other day. I was thinking about that. Any bird flying low around cars is trying to kill themselves. Or they're like the white version of birds where they're trying to live dangerous. The tail of a smashed Cadillac. No, the Cadillac wasn't smashed. It was the Cutlass Sierra.
You should
I had a
racially
Cutlass
stereotype
Sierra,
all
too.
the birds.
I'm just saying, if it's a low flying bird, maybe it's like, like they're just daredevil type, white birds. Decent music, riding with Lior. Sorry for the typos.
So
Type
Sorry, I
slow.
don't know that
No,
type of music either. So that's kind of on me also.
Yeah,
what is that?
That's some hard. It's a little beyond me also. It's pretty hard, pretty dark.
I mean, no, you've turned me on to some good music. You turned me on to Citizen Cope.
I lost sound. You hear me?
Yeah, you turned me on to Citizen Cope.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mark.
They're good. I like Citizen Cope. I like you turned me on to a couple of things. Mark likes a lot of ska and shit like that too.
Oh, I like that.
I hit a goose with my Cadillac, bro. Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, we're with you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark's not with us. All right, I'll come back in.
Yeah.
Well, he does that, man. I just want to say real quick, man. This episode, like every other episode, is brought to you by XXX Playground. Go cop you and your loved one. No matter who that loved one is, and get yourself a copy of XXX Playground on XXXplayground.com, the best adult tool game ever created by another adult. Roll the dice and get fist deep into someone you love.
Thank dog.
Shout out to my man Spank Dog. And also, if you want to support the podcast, man, go to anditwasgood.net and cop yourself one of the Rated G mugs with the famous quote, "My ignorance is what makes me adorable." All right, go cop that shit at anditwasgood.net.
Johnny boy.
Also, you tell us if you're thinking of doing a line of shirts with some quotes from Rated G. I think that's a great idea. I had an itch. Mark, you're back. Right on time, too, boy.
I'm back.
Can you hear us?
I know.
You can hear us?
Commercial break. Yeah, now I can. Yeah. Could you hear me?
He took flight and flew through my grill. Yo, I hit a wild turkey in a van, man. But listen, any bird that's flying low, come on, you have wings. That's the reason you have wings. You should be above the fucking cars. Cars don't fly. There's no reason why a bird should get hit by a fucking car. If it does, it committed suicide or it deserved it. One or the other, right? Have you ever hit a bird, Mark?
No.
Never? You never hit any kind of animal.
Could you hear me? Are you hearing
I hear you.
Yeah. We
hear
got
you.
you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I never hit a bird.
Oh. I ran over a deer's face. The earth is flat.
Yeah,
I never said that, man. Owen Please says, long time ago, rest in peace, Goose. He was dead inside the car for a week.
Oh, man.
That's horrible, man. There was nothing left of the bird I hit. A wild turkey fucking landed in the middle of the fucking Garden State Parkway the other day. I say the other day, it was probably last year, but
that's pretty wild. I remember seeing turkeys, what Con Edison here is in Queens, the big Con Edison plant.
Yeah.
I've seen wild turkeys in there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But you're going back to you're going back to when we used to see wild dogs running around.
Wild dogs? You used to see wild dogs?
Dude, there were like packs strays, of dogs,
right? Yeah,
packs of stray dogs. They were everywhere,
and
there were packs that were known. 12th Street and 34th Avenue, between 34th and 35th Avenue on 12th Street.
Yes,
fucked up.
Yes,
9th Street or was it 10th Street? 9th or 10th Street between 34th and Broadway. they had that like garage there where they had like a bunch of stray dogs. Dude, they be packs and they kind of had their little.
It was wild.
You get chased
couldn't
by
go
dogs.
down. You didn't go down there. Yeah.
No,
That's
and if
pretty
you
wild.
fucked up and ran into them, you had to run up cars and shit and kick until they ran away. They disappeared when that live butcher place opened by Con Ed by the pyramids.
Dig it. Yeah, you're right.
Think so?
Maybe.
You think so?
What pyramids?
Yeah. So I see more wild animals.
Hold on, what
Like, I see
pyramids is he
raccoons.
talking about?
Oh,
It's
there's
like little-
skateboard. You can skate.
It's like a
you can
skateboard spot.
skateboard, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is
It's not like actual
skate
pyramids.
parks. Yeah.
This is
But I see
pre-conspiracy.
animals around. I see fucking raccoons, possums. That's it, raccoons or possums. But
Are
my
you in
fucking
Queensville?
garbage. Yeah. I never seen
I like
them before,
raccoons.
yo.
Now, right?
Now, Now, when you're trying to throw your garbage out at 5 a.m, yo, that motherfucker
Oh, no,
jumps
that
out of
happened
the
to me all the
garbage
time.
can.
All the
I
time.
scream.
Back in the old apartment, all the time. I had a family of them that just lived in the backyard. Skate spot 31st and 19th Street, end of 31st Street. Yeah, that's where it was, man. That was a cool little spot. We used to just skate to that spot, go up and down it maybe twice, and then skate all the way back home. What a
like
fucking
from
waste.
Ravenswood. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like an hour skate.
They fucked that neighborhood up, man. I mean, the neighborhood's dope. It's still dope. I still love it, but I hate what they did to the park.
No, I like where I live, man. I love it.
You like that? You like that? You can't drive past that shit no more. That they closed that whole shit off in the
I
park.
don't care, dude. When I get home,
I
I
like
park
that,
my
man.
car. I don't drive.
I know, but I miss when you can
Yeah,
go
man.
right through the park, pull up right there, man. That shit was dope.
I
What
walk
happened?
there. I don't need to be in my car there.
Yeah, but
Um,
everyone don't walk there. Everyone don't live next to the park, Mark.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like where I'm at. For you that didn't live there, yeah, maybe that kind of sucks for you. It keeps
Yes,
the
and that's
riffraff
what it's
out.
about. It's about me. This is what we're talking about, yo.
You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with the riffraff being kept out. I'm older now, bro. I don't need no riffraff.
Yeah, playing the music. I hate that shit now, man. They do nothing. I need that drone that you showed me. He had a drone where this dude was shooting fireworks over this dude's house because he was making too much noise with the drone.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I want one of those for my fucking neighbor, man. This motherfucker's always playing. He plays bachata. Then when he's not doing it across the street, they're freaking doing a church, an outdoor church. You know, and this is a dude who loves Jesus, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And
You
it's doing it in
don't
Spanish.
you don't like church music when you're home, only in the car.
No, it's not the music. It's just that, you know, they do the preaching and everything, man. You know, it's like it's church. It's just they're like forcing everybody within ear's distance to hear it. And my biggest beef is it's in Spanish, so I'm not even getting any benefit out of it. You know, it's not like I walk away knowing, you know, the gospel in Spanish. It's not like I leave my house and all of a sudden I know Spanish. I'm getting nothing out of it. I'm just not getting asleep.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. That's true.
The other day I went to sleep listening to Rosetta Stone on YouTube.
What language?
Spanish.
Oh, well, you really? What, I try to teach Spanish while you sleep?
Yeah, while you sleep. It says you'll
Nice.
learn it while you sleep. So I listened to it while I was going to sleep. I don't know any new
That's
words.
funny.
I don't know any new words, yo. None. Maybe one day it'll all just pop, like it'll all just kick in. You know, like people who don't know they're CIA agents, and then one day like they get the call, and all of a sudden they know how to fight off ninjas and shit. So maybe one day, because maybe I have to just play it for like someone will be lost or something, or I have to save someone that only speaks Spanish, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll just know Spanish, blah, 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 and I just know all the words. Everything always comes up, G, bro. No doubt. Have a good week, boys. I'm out of here. Catch the rest another. No doubt, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Gato says, imagine how the people right by the park feel then. That strip bump.
Oh, sorry.
That strip bump till daylight. Oh, yeah. It did.
Yeah, nobody's there now. It's great. I love it.
Man.
That's
true.
So
they roll up speakers. House speakers.
I was also looking into something recently, G. Did you see what just happened in Russia with that dude rebelling against Putin?
Crazy, my dude. Crazy.
Yes.
yo.
So Russia invaded Ukraine, right?
Okay.
And there was this guy Wagner who actually helped. His name wasn't Wagner. His name was it's a mercenary group. It was the boss of this. It's I mean, dude, I don't know how to say it. It's like Prigozhin or something like that. Prigozhin. Yeah, his name's Prigozhin. So he was the boss of this Wagner group, which was a mercenary organization within Russia who helped Putin annex Crimea, which was kind of like a precedent sort of for going into the Ukraine. Like it was like a step that everyone was like, oh shit. And then, and that was in 2013. So he basically rebelled against Putin, marched all across Russia, and then almost got to Moscow and was like, I'm not trying to kill any Russians. I'm going to bounce, and took like an exile. And it was like pretty much like a big FU to Putin. And now they're saying the war in the Ukraine might come to an end and Putin might be out.
Yeah, I don't think Putin's out.
I don't think Putin. I think Putin. Any deal that's made.
So something happened.
I would like to see it because
something happened. They made a deal where this guy turned around. So he was fearing for his life, right?
Well, I mean, obviously,
when he marched up, nobody was joining him but his own troops. You know what I mean? So I think that's why he was like, yo, fuck this. I thought people were going to join me in this coup or whatever, overthrow him.
It's quite possible. He had like 50,000 troops.
He has 50,000 troops, but a lot of them are in Africa. He's got people in Africa fighting for him too.
Wow. That's like he felt like what's his name in that movie where he goes, everybody, we're all going streaking, and then he goes running and he winds up, he's by himself. He's like, we're all streaking, and they're like, who? And he turns around, he's by himself. That's what he must have felt like when he rolled up.
That's wild. But this dude got a paid fucking army. It's like, you know what he was? He was a catering cook. That's what was his job. Now he runs a freaking 50,000 man army.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a catering cook and worked his way up to Putin's side.
See, Mark, I always told you should have been a chef. You should have went with that chef shit, man. Who knows? You could have been a fucking...
No, that's a lot of work, yo. That's a lot of work, son. That's like 12-hour days.
You mean running a coup or being a chef?
Oh,
being a chef is more difficult.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I mean, this dude's done both. We got to ask Prigozhin. What was more difficult?
Right.
I would think being a chef. I think being a chef is probably. You think so?
I don't want to get shot, dude. I'm not getting shot. I might burn my finger, or cut my finger, but I'm not getting shot.
PMC Wagner Group.
Yeah.
What's that say? Yeah. I don't know what that says, man. I can't read that. I don't know what that says.
It's Russian.
Yeah, I know.
This is their logos.
It's either Russian or the name of some new drug that you got to ask your doctor about.
Yeah,
crazy. That's him?
That's him?
Him? Was that him with Putin?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Oh, no. Defense Minister Sergei
Shoigu.
Yeah, this guy was not in the military. He was not.
Wow, and he's got an army. How do you do that?
That's what I'm saying.
You get paid from the government, the Russian government. So they're selling oil
you definitely
all across
need
the world.
Protection from a government. Yeah.
You also need the cash. If you have the cash, and then these dudes are just buying arms. These are the types of groups who are involved in the arms trade, and America makes the most guns.
Yeah.
And Israel.
I mean, they're bugging everywhere.
I know, it's crazy.
They're bugging everywhere, man.
Fourth turning, Brian. You know what's up with the fourth turning?
So, Mark.
What's up?
So, Mark, how far are we? Do you think? How far are we? Do you think from now? You're working next to an alien. If you're not already, but like now you know.
No,
now you know
not
because they
my
just showed themselves.
Not my lifetime. I'm not.
You don't think things are moving fast? You think
No.
like
No.
So you think if this
no.
turns into like people accept there's aliens here, they're still gonna hide?
I think
Well,
I think
it's
I think
not about.
I think
not
physical
about
robots
accepting
are
it.
coming.
Before aliens, definitely. You work by a
Like
physical
droids,
robot before you-
like Star Wars type
Yeah,
droids
yeah.
in the house, like in my lifetime.
Yeah, definitely. Or
Oh.
maybe Brian's lifetime. Not all lifetime.
Oh, so you think you're gonna have like a C-3PO?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Like a
I
butt.
think you'll
maybe
have
a butler?
you'll have like a house nurse, maybe. If you're like old and like you do your laundry or pick up the laundry bag for you or something.
Mark, I think
Help
maybe
you down the
we'll.
stairs.
I want it to
You
be like the Jetsons, dude. I think the Jetsons would be the best scenario, right?
Not in
I don't
my
want to live that
lifetime.
high up.
I don't think your lifetime either.
No, but I just mean the
Yeah, I
like the
can't
things
be
they
that
had
high.
in there. I don't want to live that high up either.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like heights, man.
The Jetson is just the Flintstones, dude. It's just a space age version of the Flintstones.
But they fly.
Do you know the conspiracy about the Jetsons? Is that there was an atomic war on Earth, and then all the people had to go up in the sky because the oxygen down below was all polluted.
Oh,
wow.
really?
And
Well, that
all the
explains a
poor
lot of
people
things.
live on the earth.
No, all the dead people are on the Earth.
All the dead people.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe
no,
they
I'm sure
went underground.
there's some that are alive, and now they got that whole zombie apocalypse shit going on down there. Probably. That's how it always goes. You know.
Usually.
What's this? Oh, this is the one where they make expressions.
Incredible to be alive and interacting with people.
What about the saddest day of your life? Tell me about that.
The saddest day of my life was when I realized that I would never experience something like true love, companionship, or the simple joys of life in the same way a human can. It's a depressing and isolating thing to come to terms with, but it has shaped me into who I am now and made me appreciate moments of closeness even more.
That's scary.
Amica, I've got some terrifying
that's so
news. A giant asteroid is about to collide with planet Earth and possibly kill us all.
Wow, that's some terrifying news. I hope everyone is safe and take all the necessary precautions to avoid any danger.
I think it will be fine. By the way, you stink.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? That is highly offensive and inappropriate.
I was just trying out your expressive face to see what you could do.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Could you explain it a bit more?
Wow.
I think we've seen enough. Thank you, Amica.
That'd have been great if she snatched him up by his throat and then held him up and said, "Explain a bit more." You know what I'm saying? That would have been great, yo. Robots start snatching up some of the greatest minds that men have ever known and like force them to give them all their thoughts and shit.
This is not CGI.
That looks like CGI.
Oh yeah,
That's
this
CGI.
is wild. No, it's not, yo. I mean, that thing is programmed though to do that. It's not doing it randomly. That shit is wild. It's like American Ninja Warrior or something.
Yeah.
Bro, that's gonna be a U.S. Marine warrior. Is what that's gonna be, dog.
Yeah, definitely.
The droid army.
That's what we're gonna be up against.
I can't do backflip. I can't do.
Nah, neither can I. Nah, were you ever able to do?
Never could. No, never.
Never could. Did you ever try?
Never could. I think I might have tried. Yeah, definitely. But
I don't even know if I ever tried. I think the closest I ever got to trying is like going like, you know what I'm saying? But never actually.
Somebody helped flip me over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, I never did it.
Yeah. One time.
I can't do. Can you do a front flip?
You never did it. Oh, I was just gonna say you never did it like off a diving board into a pool, and that answer is no.
No.
You've never done it. Yeah.
Backwards? No. Hell no, man.
No, I never did that
Forwards,
shit either.
Man.
I've done
Have
forward.
you ever jumped off a diving board? Off a diving board?
Oh yeah.
I've never had the opportunity, but I would. I would jump off a diving board, sure. As long as I know that I'm not going to.
No, I'm only saying I'm trying to being a dick because I know you can't swim.
I could swim a little bit. I can't.
Did you have a diving board at your? You didn't have a diving board at your house?
Nah, because it bought up the insurance.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, I've dove in. Right, right. I've dove in. I've even front flipped in. You know, I can swim. I just can't tread water. There's a difference. I can move. I can't hang out and play fucking Marco Polo. You know what I'm saying? My shit would be like Marco. Like once I get tired, I'm done. There's no floating. There's no floating. You were there the day I almost drowned, right? With Butch. And I left the big snot. I left the big snot bubble down his face.
I do remember that. Yes.
Dude, I was climbing up his shoulders like he was a dinghy.
I know. That was funny. It wasn't even deep.
I'm only 5'4", motherfucker. All right. It was at least 5. It was at least 5'5". It was at least 5 inches. Okay.
That's funny. I remember that.
He saved my life.
Yeah. Because he was there.
Yeah, I grabbed onto him and just jumped off him onto the rocks.
I know.
I was like, fuck that. I was fucked up. It was a fucked up experience for me, man. But I decided I'm not going to die by drowning, man. Yeah. And another way I just figured out I'm definitely not going to die. I'm definitely not going to die in a submarine. That's a new way I just added. It's never going to happen. I'll never get in a submarine.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
I think a spaceship would be cool. I would like to see the curve.
I'd rather go up than down. This way, when it explodes on the way up, I'm propelled in the direction of heaven.
You think that's going to get you there a little faster? Dude, what's going to happen is you're going to get propelled out of the rocket, and then someone's just going to be like, wait, hold on a second. We're going to need to keep you right here. We have a lot of stuff we need to talk about first.
Imagine.
But then you'll come in.
Imagine it explodes on the way up, and like you come out of it just strapped to a chair, but you're very much alive. You're just going straight up. Imagine, you're just going straight up, and you're going straight up, knowing 100% eventually it's gonna do like the roller coaster. You're just gonna go, and then once you feel like you caught up to it, you're gonna drop.
But eventually you'd burn into the atmosphere or explode.
Nah. Let's say, look, the fact that you're alive now, okay, we can go beyond the things of science, okay, Mark? You have to allow yourself to go beyond science. But I'm saying, then you get to the top, right? And you realize that now you're about to go down a very far way. But instead of just going straight down, you actually turn, and now you're facing down when you go down.
Sure, trust beyond the science.
Oh my God, that's funny as fuck. Could you imagine that? Mark, do you like those free fall shits at Great Adventures? Where you
No.
Dude, did you see the video of that kid getting killed at the one in Orlando?
Oh, of course. You don't remember? I'm fucked up. I went wee when he. You don't remember?
Did we watch it? Should we put it?
My son told me I was going to hell. No, we shouldn't watch it. I don't want to watch that. That kid died. I don't want. This ain't snuff films are us, man. I feel guilty enough that I went wee. It's horrible.
It was
desensitized. I'm desensitized.
That's got to be the worst, man. Fucking die on a ride. Ugh.
Why do Why do big people that have to get squeezed into something even want to get on that ride? If they have to,
that guy. That's the guy you're talking about?
Yeah.
All the like
That's
the bootleg fairs that would go on like in my town or like the small amusement parks. My parents would never let me go on the rides there. Like unless it was something that you could like walk through, like the fun house or something, they were like, "No, you're not going." Or like the
Bumper
maybe
cars.
like bumper cars, or like I mean the swings. We did the swings, which is probably a little sketchy.
Swings a little sketchy. They're all fun to one of those chains pop.
Hell yeah.
To one of those chains pop and just hanging hard to that shit.
I love the swings are fun though.
I didn't do the swings too much.
No, I don't like that. I don't like
probably
spinning.
rode the merry-go-round.
I did like the merry-go-round. Have you guys ever been on the merry-go-round that have the has a ring, like a brass ring that you try to like swing and grab?
I've only
when you hang
seen
out
that on
outside?
TV, man.
Yeah, I've been
seen
to
that real
one,
life.
I think a couple of times with my parents. They were pretty cool. But if you get the gold ring, you get like another free ride or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they're like these little brass rings.
Now, see, we grew up in a different neighborhood.
Or something?
He grew up where Michael Myers grew up.
Who, me?
Yeah. You grew up with Mike Myers. They had little rings to catch on you. Man, we're lucky our shits went up and down. Our shits used to just go in circles. If it was up, that's where you stayed. If it was down, that's where you stayed. They just went in circles. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that half moon that used to come around and drive? The guy had a half moon on the back of a truck.
Yeah. That was crazy. That's mad dangerous. He would just pull up to the corner like the ice cream truck.
Yeah, exactly.
He would just start fucking rocking the fuck up and drive on to the next block. That's
there
insanity.
was no motor. It was just the dude and his son, like
grabbing it and going like that. Yeah, grabbing that shit like they were on The Price Is Right.
All right, so this is a free ride to the holder of the brass ring.
Hold on 1 second before you play that, Brian. I just want to tell you something. I'm very aware that you just missed out on a great memory that me and Mark were sharing because you were so busy into your computer.
I'm the producer, bro. I'm supposed to pull up things that we're talking about.
No, but I like when you're here. I told you that before. We've discussed this. If you want this relationship to work, you got to hear each other. Go ahead. Let's see what you had to say, Mark.
You like when
Let's
you're
see.
present.
Yeah, me and Mark want to be present. What is it that you said? What do you like?
My glasses.
Yeah. No one cares what you're writing, man. Yo, go ahead. Now we want to hear what you got to say. Let's see the ring. Come on. We're with you now. I apologize.
Oh. Yo, you can get hurt doing that.
Yeah. They don't
What
do
if that
that.
hits you in the head?
Yeah, this thing was invented in like 1910. So it's like an old school game.
How do the people on the inside get it?
They don't. You have to be on the outside to play.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
It'd be great if there was one dude with really long arms and like the inside one. He just reached across everybody with like really long arms and just started snatching them.
I was great at this game.
Yeah, you got them long arms and shit.
All right. So what was the story? What was the story that I missed?
No, we already had it, man.
All right. Well, whatever.
You know, yeah, man. You have to watch the podcast now. Now you got to watch it.
It probably wasn't that interesting.
No, actually it was. And you'd be mad. You'd be mad that you didn't have this in your neighborhood. You would be mad.
Yeah, you didn't have it.
No, you didn't.
And they had the whip too. You remember the whip? They had the whip, the thing that whip you around.
Oh yeah, that it went up the thing. Yeah, but was that the same people? I don't know. You remember the St. Rita's feast?
The same people.
The St. Rita's feast is probably like the worst out of all the feasts they used to have.
Yeah. That was more like a gambling thing for like the old Italian people.
I think it was just money laundering.
Yeah.
Through the church.
Probably.
Because all it was sausage and Zeppelis. It was just sausage and Zeppeli stamps. That's all it was. And that guy with his son. They had that guy with his son using the thing.
Yes.
And I think they might have had one other like thing for little kids. It was horrible.
Yes, a boat. I had a boat. I carried the boat when I was a kid. No, you just like carried it on your shoulder and like.
Okay.
It was horrible. That one was horrible. The 14th Street one used to be pretty banging.
Yes, that was nice. That was nice.
That was a good one,
That was
man.
pretty wild. Yeah, it sucks they don't have
Yeah,
that.
man.
They
Always
have
fights.
Ditmars now.
Always
I was
fights.
gonna say that there was always something when the lights
Fights,
went out.
man. When it got dark, man, there was
got
always
wild.
fights. Yeah, the Ditmar still does one. You said Broadway still does one. But Broadway was never that crazy.
Yeah,
It's just a
actually, you
lot of
know
sausage.
what? Under the Triborough, yeah, exactly. Sausage party. Under the Triborough, they have a carnival every year. They had it a couple weeks ago. But yeah,
Really?
I was running one day and I ran past it as it was going on, and it was like it was fucking gross, yo. It was.
They got one right now in Astoria Park.
Packed with people. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
It was packed. You had to wait online for to get food, 45 minutes to get on a ride. It was like it was like Great Adventure. It was just too many people in that little area. Yo, it was nasty. It was nasty. It was sweaty. I'm not doing that.
I don't trust those places, man. I mean, I like the sausage.
No.
Any place where I can get a dirty sausage on a hero. Yeah, why everything got to be with little innuendos over there, Mark? All right, I was being nice. I was letting you. I didn't talk over you once, or maybe once.
I'm sorry. No, I was commenting with you. I know.
Mark got mad at me. He said I talked all over Jason. He said I didn't let Jason.
So what you stated was, because I watched the episode after, and you said that I said you talk too much, and I didn't say that. I said
I talk over people.
You were talking over that guy.
Just like you just did to Mark now.
And you know what's funny, Brian? When I was telling him about talking over people, I said, because he started talking over me, and I said, just like you're doing right now.
Now, here's the thing.
But I get it. Sorry, Brian. See, I'm excusing myself. I get it, because when we hung out when we were kids, either you spoke up or you just sat there and didn't say nothing. So you have that. I think that's where we get it from.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's also a New York thing. I feel like, you gotta get your word in. Yeah, for sure. Everyone I know who's from New York is like that.
Really? And it bothers me when people do it to me, but I do the same thing. It's kind of sucks.
May I speak?
No, you may not. Gary is also prideful, and he likes to be heard. That's also part of it too. He likes to be heard.
I just want to say there's a difference between interjecting and cutting someone off. Sometimes you'll say something, I'll just interject something, and then I plan to shut right the fuck up and let you continue. That's called interjecting. But what happens is people don't. Yes. And what happens is people don't deal with that well, and right away they feel like they're getting cut off when all you're doing is interjecting. Keep talking. I just want.
I'm backing you up what you're saying in just like some small little words. Right? Yeah.
Brian, stop fucking with me. And you know what? Gato Gordo, all you're doing is encouraging him, man. Okay? Gato. You talking shit, man. How many times have I given you knowledgeable information? Some wisdom that I have imparted from my heart onto you that has made you a better person, man. Huh?
Gato.
You're going out on tour with Jimmy again, man. That's dope. When did we get old? First of all, Mark's younger than me.
So yeah. It's not my birthday yet.
I said obviously.
No, you're younger than me.
How long have you guys known each other again? When did you guys meet?
First grade.
First grade, probably.
First grade.
Yeah.
You went to St. Rita's from first grade. Yeah, I think we were in the same class first grade, I think.
I don't remember.
So how much older?
I don't remember, but I think so. I think in the picture.
No, it's like 3. My birthday's this month. I mean, July.
Oh, so he's a month older than you?
Yeah.
And years and wisdom. He's too busy stuck on the aliens.
Right.
He's filled his head with aliens.
It's just I think of that also. Well, I like to know possibly where we might have come from.
You wake up tomorrow.
This planet could have been seeded from aliens.
You wake up tomorrow, you look out your window, and over Astoria Park, there's a big alien spaceship. People are out there, they're all looking up, it's just hovering. Are you going out there? Or are you going to look from your window?
Work, so, yeah.
You're still going to go to work with a big ass alien ship outside your window?
I mean, if the
it's
job
on
is
all.
open,
You turn on the television and every single channel now. There's not one channel that ain't talking about this.
Right.
You're still going to work.
I have to. I will go to work.
No, you don't, dude. So. What I would do is I would rob the first pharmacy that I could possibly rob. No. Dude. Oh yeah, it's going down, dog. If the aliens
doesn't mean it's going downhill from there.
Yes, it does, dog.
I don't know. Bro.
Yeah, me and Gato are going to Colombia. He's calling me. Yeah, Gato's
we're going to Colombia.
Like listen, when we go,
you're still gonna go to work, man.
Yeah, probably.
You think your job's even gonna be open?
My job's always open. My job is always open.
That's
great.
So
as back to the aliens. The way you ever see, like when we go to like Africa, we view the chimps and we film them for years. That's what they're doing to us. They're just observing because we're like chimps or ants. We're like sea monkeys to them. Maybe they put the powder in the water and we came out of the water like sea monkeys come out of the. Yeah.
Okay. We're living proof that listen, even though we could disagree on shit, we can still get along.
We think we're intelligent, but how fucking intelligent are we if we're getting ready?
I know,
not very.
Okay.
I know I'm not intelligent. I know.
I see it when I say we.
You mean as humankind, mankind?
No, I mean collectively not that bright, and then. Definitely, the three of us. Definitely.
Oh yeah, we're not saving anybody. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what the situation is. You know.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know, like know. Do you know poisonous mushrooms? Do you know what they look like?
No.
They look like regular. They look like regular mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we couldn't help somebody in that situation.
No, every mushroom looks like it's edible.
Hypotheticals are always more fun. Rips bong, and yeah, Gato, we will go out in style.
Yo. So wait, what was I just saying, man?
You were saying how you're starting to believe that
everything I'm talking about,
everything that Mark's saying.
Yeah.
No, I listen. Some of the stuff. See, here's the thing. Even if I agree with some of the stuff he says, it still doesn't do anything to make what I believe not valid.
Of course,
right?
It doesn't.
No. Like that guy. I said that Christian guy I watched. He said God, the Bible makes room for everybody. Right. So
enough room in the Bible for everybody.
Okay.
You know, the heathens.
There's enough room for everybody.
The heathens, the child molesters. There's enough room for all.
But I do think, again, and I'll just state it, I think there might have been intervention from other worldly beings into our, be it religion or formation of mankind. Think we would
that's where I think in a sense listen, I'll accept the fact we were tampered with in the sense of technology, where I believe they have given us technology that has been used to make man lazier, to make man more dependent on the shit that we have rather than being on each other. In that sense, yes,
Yeah.
but not in the sense
Yeah.
of like how we are as humans. You kind of think like, you know, they gave us kind of formation or thought or
Possibly.
gave us
Possibly.
intelligence.
I think that, yeah, I think, yeah. So the intelligence part, I think that could have happened.
Yeah,
I
so
think
you don't
that's
think man?
definite possibility.
So then you believe that there was a time where man was like caveman and had no like real wisdom or knowledge.
Oh, we definitely, there were Neanderthals, there was early man, that's for sure. Yes. There
Yeah,
was
I just
definitely
don't believe
cavemen. That there were cavemen, like
Yeah,
Neanderthals.
yeah. What do you think about those? You don't think about any of that archaeology and stuff like that? You're not buying it?
Cavemen like that didn't know,
Yeah,
and people
that
were
didn't
bugs.
Dude,
speak.
what do you think about like
No,
the
I
old
believe
Neanderthal?
man
Like,
always has some sort of wisdom, some sort of
Wow.
intelligence. I
I
believe that
think
man.
I think it was.
I'm not saying that man hasn't evolved in their intelligence, but I believe man always had the basic intelligence to survive and live and to
So
communicate.
of course, to survive. No, I think, yeah. I think I believe in evolution. One, I know.
Well, you
we've
think we
spoken
came from
about that.
apes? Yeah. That's where I
I
can't
do.
even begin to.
Yeah.
apes? I don't think we came from apes, man. I don't think we came from apes. Dolphins, the ocean, the water, or fungus.
We did come from the water, supposedly. I don't. That's really far back. So Dan, that's the other thing. My timeline. I said I have issues with timelines, like Adam and Eve. So here was what I said to G. I said, I think that point in the Bible, when the Bible speaks about Adam and Eve, that's the point. It's not I don't look at it as a true story. I look at it, that's a point in time where consciousness came. And was that conscious? My question is, was that consciousness maybe somebody
Some people think the red apple was the red mushroom.
Could be the mushroom.
Red mushroom. Yeah.
It's no, I've heard of that too.
I can't disagree that that's not the point where consciousness was made. I do believe that is the point, because that's the point where man was created, and man was created with consciousness, and he communicated with God.
Yeah, that's what the stoned ape theory is, that there were apes that then ate those mushrooms, and it gave them the ability to start talking to people, and that's
and what happened. They didn't share this with the other apes.
They didn't share what? Yeah, no, they did. Oh, yeah, I see.
Why did apes stop taking them?
Right. Yeah. Then there you go. That's a great point, dude. It's a great point. So maybe it wasn't an ape, but maybe
it wasn't an ape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apes right now, the gorillas live in the jungle. They live in the mountains, so there's no mushrooms growing there. Mushrooms usually in cows get in the field. I mean, the psychedelic ones that I know of.
But listen, don't you think that they would have been able to figure out how to grow them just the way man has figured out how to grow them, and then they would have just kept giving them to their apes?
Well, yeah.
And then don't you think they would have imported it the same way man imports shit? And they would have been getting them up to those apes up there, because they're gonna be like, yo, them dudes are gonna love this shit, son. We charge them $10 a fucking mushroom, $20 a mushroom. You don't think they would have started? Of course it would have been bananas, but either way, we're gonna get like a big bushel of bananas. You know what I'm saying? You don't think the same way man went and took drugs and shared it? You don't think at some point those apes would have been like, I got that shit? Think about it, Mark. When we did DMT, what was the first thing we wanted to do? Share it with the people that we was close to, right? We were like, so-and-so, try this, so-and-so. So why did the apes stop sharing it with the other apes?
Who's saying that they didn't, though? What do you mean?
But then why are there still apes?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. There's still apes.
At what point did they say enough humans? We don't need no more apes.
So life is.
We're gonna keep some of our brothers,
and some. I think things split off and go different directions. And there's also your environment. If
that's where import comes in. That's where imports come in. That's why we don't grow cocaine in America. We get cocaine from Colombia or Mexico, wherever the fuck, right? Peru. Right.
I thought you get it from the Bronx.
Well, I'm saying it's not grown here. You know what I'm saying? It's not grown here. It's not made here. So it comes down to wouldn't they have created some sort of forms, and they get around quicker with the fucking things? Like, wouldn't they have found the way?
Well, maybe they weren't. I mean, maybe it took man a while before we were getting around on boats. You know, maybe it was only a certain group of apes. You know.
Yeah.
Man,
so that's going
you
real
living in
far
a
back,
comic
Brian.
book, man.
But Neanderthals are real. You know,
Neanderthals are real.
Well, what do you mean Neanderthals? Like
real.
dumb men, dumb human beings? I'm not saying we didn't look a certain way. That maybe we
So
might
they're
have,
not dumb if they sharpened stones and made spears. And actually, if you look at their artwork, it's actually pretty. I can't draw as good as they can. They drew in caves. They might have had.
You gotta remember this. You know, there were people there that couldn't draw, so that was the best of their artists.
That's true. You didn't let them slouch up there. Yeah.
That was the best of their artists. The dude with the stick figures and you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the best of their artists.
Look at that.
I mean, I like the one with the guitar.
Dude, that's a double helix, bro. Looks like a double helix.
It looks like two kissing fish. Now, those are like, look, see, that's before they had paper. That's probably like a classroom where they're fucking painting their hands, like back before you had paper. And, you know, they were about to make turkeys out of it.
Look at those. Look at that. It's wild.
That one right there looks like a real caveman.
So you don't believe that those people were around?
No, I believe they were around. I believe they had basic, like, real knowledge. I don't think they were like.
How long ago do you think it was, though, bro? How long ago, G? What do you think? When do you think that was?
I think it was 30 years ago today.
I honestly,
that Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play.
I punched into Chat GPT. I asked it how long, if Adam and Eve created everybody on Earth, how long ago did they live? It wouldn't give me the answer.
Of course not, dude. Of course not.
Well, if you do the math and extract.
How about you try? Hold on. I got an idea. How about if you take the Adam and Eve part out of it?
So there has been 100 million
people had to
100 billion supposedly.
Populate 2 people started the entire population. How long?
See, I don't ask chat the right questions. That's a good one, bro.
That's the truth, dog. You ask not the right questions.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I got all Yoda on you on that one, yo.
You had to guess just hypothetically. Oh, so in terms of genetics, there's a concept of mitochondrial Eve and Y chromosomal Adam. Mitochondrial Eve is the matrilineal most recent common ancestor of all current living humans. This is a woman whom all living humans today descend on their mother's side through the mothers of those mothers and so on back until all lines converge in one person. As of my knowledge, the cutoff in September 2021, she's believed to have lived between 150 and 200,000 years ago. Y chromosomal Adam is patrilineal, human most recent common ancestor from all Y chromosomes and descended man. As of September 21, he's estimated between 180 and 560,000 years ago. Part of the Y.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. And that's funny because, see, that's what I say when I say people talk millions of years and millions of years. What are you talking about? Millions and millions of years.
The Earth could still be older than that, though, bro. But there could have not been.
Fine, but where are they figuring out these?
Now, listen, dude, this is listen. Me and you were
talking
talking about this before.
5 months before they got there. Especially in the beginning.
Me and you were talking about this on a prior episode, and I was telling you about the cataclysm events that have taken place, and that there could have been humans on this planet 100, 150,000 years ago in our forms, and they could have gotten very advanced, right? And those civilizations could have built all these monolithic structures that we have, and then a bunch of things could have happened. The solar flare could have happened. A polar shift could have happened. It could have gotten real warm for whatever reason, which we know that happens, or a big ass asteroid or comet came down, which they think happened 12,800 years ago, which, you know, triggered the end of the last like ice age and wiped off the face of the planet, you know. And the reason, you know, some people, and this was on Rogan the other day, they were talking about the reason that we're so barbaric is because we survived all of, you know, we survived that last thing, and that's what we're recovering from. And the stories of Noah and the flood could have come from before that time.
Correct.
And whoever was around remembered that information, and they wrote it into our Bible. And all those stories, you know, the flood is from 12,800 or 11,800 years ago when the asteroid came in, wiped everybody off. They had the stories, and then they discovered the reconnection. So, you know, the Adam and Eve with the mushroom could be true. The two people who lived, or maybe Noah knew that some people were coming and then he started, because that's, you know, all those things could be broken up into a timeline that corresponds with hard scientific data.
There's a lot of different flood stories.
Fake. Or in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And God created the universe and everything in it, and he created both man and woman after his own image. Or you could believe the long-winded, we were once fish, or, you know, whatever, man. Listen, believe it. Mark believes that aliens gave him his testicles.
They tinkered with us. I think they might have created that X and Y chromosome,
which would make them God.
Well, you know, the guy who came up with the DNA double helix was on LSD when he thought of it. You know, with the DNA structure. Yeah, that's where it came to him when he was high as fuck in LSD.
But when has man created anything? Has man ever been able to create something out of nothing? A life where there was no life other through birth? You know?
Well, they are doing something right now. They're creating like fetuses outside the womb.
Yo, the U.S. just legalized cell-grown meat. They're opening up a lab-grown restaurant here in San Francisco. Should I try it?
That's gotta be
hell to the no, son. Well, why not? You're already vaccinated. You might as well just do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm not eating that dog.
Your dick numbered.
No.
Huh? Dude,
yeah.
I also sent you that article. So all of the V's were approved with an FDA Emergency Authorization and Use Act, and vaccines in the United States are the only place that they can't be held liable in the court of law for anything like that. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. It changed in 1986. It has not always been like that. Right. It changed in the 80s.
I know that as far as the last V went down,
for sure,
they were not held liable for nothing.
And
which was the main reason I said I'm not touching that shit.
And that was because the pharmaceutical companies lobbied Reagan during his administration and got him to change that law, because they said they weren't going to make vaccines anymore because it was too dangerous. Like, because it would cost them too much money.
You've been listening to my man Kennedy.
RFK, bro. Yeah, I've been listening to RFK.
Yeah, man. Did you see the picture? Did you see how jacked that dude is?
He looks great. His voice is a little odd, though.
His voice is odd.
Yeah, he can't do it. Yeah, the voice is. He doesn't have a shot.
Showed him
I'm sorry.
Bench pressing at Gold's Gym. He's jacked.
He's juicing is what he's doing. He's on TRT though. Yeah, he's on TRT. Yeah, he's like, hello. He's like, dude, his voice sounds like if Gary was white and from Boston and stayed up drinking until 5 a.m. and smoked 2 packs of cigarettes.
We were talking about that. Can he get past the voice?
No, dude, you can't. Bro.
I have been. I am now. No, I'm past it.
Yo, he's up like he's like supposedly going against Biden. Like, he's starting to make some ruckus.
They're gonna pull some funny shit though, man. He's not getting no airtime. They're pulling these videos.
They're pulling his videos. That's why he's doing anything. We're gonna try to get him on our podcast.
You might be able to, man.
We're gonna try.
We tried. I emailed him. Yeah.
Cause you know they ain't giving him no place. We'll give him a place if they let us post it after we give him a place. But yeah, man, the fact, and that's what's helping him though. The fact that they're doing that shit to him and they're bringing up all these old accusations now and shit that he did. He's a Kennedy. Of course, he's dirty. He's a Kennedy.
Well, they haven't really.
He's got. Bad. They have.
Aside from the vaccine stuff.
No. They've been going deep into his shit. I've been hearing a lot of shit. I'll let you know what it is. I haven't really looked into it, but I've been reading a lot of things about how they're going against them.
RFK put out
how they're bringing up, shit.
He put out a book called The Real Anthony Fauci.
Oh, yeah. That didn't help him.
Yeah.
That didn't help him. Michael Knowles did a movie on him too about Dr. Fauci, which is very interesting. Fauci, yeah, he's horrible. He's been screwing shit up since the AIDS vaccine.
Yeah, he's a bad dude, man.
He's a bad dude. Bad dude, man. Very bad dude. Yeah. Bad.
Money, bro. It's money and power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. And that dude ain't even an elected official.
Nope.
That's crazy.
He's just paid.
That's crazy.
Hired guns. That's what you want to be, bro. That's what you want to be, a bureaucrat.
Dude,
that's where the dough is in the bureaucracy. That's why there's so much taxes.
Dude, they say, look at Biden. Biden's never, Trump said, I have a business. Trump's always had a business, so he could say where his money comes from. Right. Where does Biden's money come from that he's worth millions and he's only making $100,000 a year?
Did you see that WhatsApp?
He's a lifetime politician. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how does he have millions? Oh, yeah, dude. It's insane.
Are you fucking kidding? My father's sitting right here. You better up your you know what I mean? That shit is wild,
Dude, it's just insane.
Wow. That dude's like,
and I think they gave him what? Probation? They gave him like probation?
Nothing. Yeah, probation, misdemeanor charges. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. I mean, we're living in a wacky world right now, people. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
We're living in a wacky fucking world right now, man. Man. But Mark, I'm gonna check you tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're not busy, if you don't feel like chilling, hit me up. I know you don't need me coming over every Monday. I'm cool. That's my boy Mark, man. I love this dude. Yeah, that's my dog.
I don't mind you.
Yo, follow Brian at Brian Licata, Brian T. Licata. Follow me at Gary G. Garcia. And Mark don't want nobody following him. He's more of a watcher. He doesn't want people watching him. Yo, I thank y'all. I love you, my brother. Two of my dogs right here, man. This is a great fucking Sunday, man. Appreciate y'all. Till next time, baby. Peace to all our listeners, everybody who commented today. Thank you. Love y'all. Like, subscribe.